Hey guys, this is Nefarious411 and welcome to episode 61 of my modded survival series. If you recall from the last episode, although it's been a while since I've done one, I did this little nifty thing over here. Created some automated XP or liquid XP, and it's just working out really well. I can flip that lever and basically get a shower of the little XP orbs. I can even right click and it'll be able to drain out and give me whatever XP that's in there. And currently I'm sitting on about 5,000 buckets. 5,000 buckets of liquid XP. So this has been doing really well. This looks like it hasn't been running, and that is correct. I actually came onto the server about an hour ago and found that all of my Yellorium was gone, so didn't have any power to the base. It is still currently filling up the capacitor bank right here because it's running non-stop. Trying to get caught up. All of my bees were backed up and everything, so that actually kind of leads me into what I want to do moving forward. Although my Steve's carts, they worked for a while, I've been having some issues. For example, one issue is with the external distributor. Anytime that I do an update, and I don't know if it happens on server restarts, but for some reason, like, all of the configs inside of here like disappear. And then obviously, since they're not receiving any kind of input, the Ender IO conduits won't actually connect to them, which is very difficult to deal with, because then I end up having to break these off. Most of these have actual item filters like this. So yeah, that is becoming a pain. That's happened several times. The other issue that I'm having are with the carts themselves. Even though both the mining cart and this modular cart here, which is the track remover cart, even though they both have chunk loaders in it, and I'm activating it on the other side, I'm still having issues where it'll just get stuck for no apparent reason. I go to it, and all of a sudden, whenever I'm within range, I'll see the cart coming, but it hasn't done any progress. Could be from the other version, I don't know. I did upgrade to the 1.4.1 version of the pack, so maybe that'll help, but I really don't want to deal with it anymore, so I am going to go with Ender Quarries. I've done this in the other past, but it's changed a little bit, not a lot. Since the last time I used it, none of these additional upgrades actually functioned yet. And that was one of the reasons why I did the liquid XP in the previous episode, because I believe I need to get one of these and magical wood, and in order to do that I need a lot of enchanted books, and I do not have but 3 enchanted books in here. So I need a little bit of XP going on. That way I can start enchanting some books and create it. And the interesting thing is with these, whenever I'm constructing the magical wood, it's going to vary in the number of items that I get back. Oh, well, that's kind of interesting. So if I use 8 buckets, it'll give me 1 magical wood. Oh, that is a new mechanic, I believe. I might just try with the enchanted books for now. I could play around with that because I already had the episode kind of geared around that approach. So I am going to go ahead and do it that way. So to start out, I want to get an ender tank. I already have a couple in here, which is exactly how many I need. Those are not the color that I want. So let me see if I can grab some lime green. Do I have a bowl? Or a mortar? Yeah, one of these guys. Pestle and mortal. I can't even talk. Mortar. Alright, so let me grab a couple of those because I want to dye this blue-green. And green is going to represent liquid experience. And right now, This is probably not the most gorgeous builds in the world. Maybe I can just have it back here, and using a facade, I can probably kind of hide it a little bit better. So if I were to put the tank, let's say, right there, and color it, let's just make sure that nothing actually fills in here, and it looks like I haven't used that one yet. Is this, okay, so this is lime green. I do need to remember that. So let me grab a couple of conduits over here, and I should be able to go ahead and route this guy. Make sure that he connects, and that is just by doing that. And cool. So now the terminal, or the liquid, or the ender tank is actually filling up. Probably not that fast. Maybe I need to do something about that later. We'll just have to see how fast this is going to be moving forward. So what I want are those facades that were the stone. Those are exactly the ones that I want. Bam. That works. Probably don't need to do anything with that one, so I'll just save the facades. Let's just bury this. I don't think I'll ever need to get back there again, but that is going to work for me. Nice. And it does look like it's still working in there. And like I said, the only reason the barrel has 112 stacks is because apparently the power went out to the autonomous activator as well. And those definitely require power now. Alright, so let me, I guess I just run up to the library now. So let's do that, and let's pick a spot for any of this new work. What is that? Why is there a piece of glass, an entire stack of glass on my table? That's interesting. I don't remember doing that. Alright, so let me throw away a couple of things. And I do not know where I want to do this. Because there's a couple of things that I want, and I don't remember what they use. Enchanter, I can't remember if this is Mine Factory Reloaded, so I'm assuming that this is going to take Mob Essence. Oh, that's a disenchanter. How about the enchanter? Is there really no uses for this? Enchanted book. Yeah, that's not. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Flim Flam. Using emeralds. I don't know what Flim Flam is. There is a reading enchant, which is kind of interesting. Alright, sidetracked. I could also use the enchanter. This one just uses XP combined with certain items, and that'll give me whatever enchantment that I want. I am not sure. I mean, if I were just to use a book, let's try this out real quick. Let me grab a book by itself, and I have plenty of those. Can I just put the book in here? Put a level 30 enchant, and this gives me 2 items. Destruction 3. I do not know what that is. So I do need some liquid XP, but I don't know what the best approach is for this. Let me figure out which device that I want. Figure out the portion of the room that I want it, and I will be right back. Alright, I think I figured out what I want to use. I actually want to try out the Open Blocks Auto Enchantment Table. I think this will work for me. I haven't used this in a very long time, so let's go ahead and try it out and see what happens. I do need an enchantment table. Let me just double check to see if I already have one, and apparently I do. So let me go ahead and grab that, and that was my last enchantment table. And I am just going to put it over here. I'll probably just surround it with books. I thought that it would look kind of nice. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it long term, but let me go ahead and throw that little guy right there. And let's see if I can put the enchantment table right on top. And if I know this well enough, it's going to be very similar to the vacuum hopper downstairs. And I should be able to auto drink. There we go. Nice. Haha. All right, so it is basically drinking the XP from right below it, which is very good. So it's kind of concealed. I don't need to see it, and I kind of like that. Might end up putting one on the other side just to make it symmetrical, or maybe something else. I only had enough living rock to cover this area. All right, so let me go ahead and grab a couple of level 30 books. Where's my wireless? There it is. Let me throw some of that in there, and books. There we go. And let me just make sure that this can do that. Max level 15. Auto eject. Auto extract. What is the difference? Eject, extract. Oh, so I guess if you have items, you can have it automatically pumped in here and auto extract and auto eject, meaning this will pull from a chest. I already have it set up to auto drink, but this one looks like the max levels is 15 on books, so let me go ahead and try that. And throw in a few of these and just see what I can get. This will give me 4 right now, and that'll at least be enough. And it was fine for just random enchants. If I want specific enchants, I'll probably try something a little bit different, because obviously that's not going to work for long-term stuff. And I haven't exactly tried books with the Thaumcraft stuff. Let me go ahead and try that real quick. I do not know if I can trade Thaumcraft V for enchantments on books. Probably not. Yeah, didn't think so. Might be able to use this in a later date for something else, but it was worth a shot. Here we go. My convoluted way to get all the way back to my processing room. Alright, so now I want to probably synchronize. And then now I want the Ender Quarry. There we go, and I do need some of these, but let me go ahead and look at the Ender Quarry itself and grab a couple of these guys. Oop, I forgot to actually create the enchanted wood. Let's see how many we actually get from the books. And is this offline? No? Oh, it's doing that thing again. I thought that maybe an update would prevent my terminal from blanking out like that. Really not sure why it's doing that. Alright, so maybe, I'm not sure why the Ender Pearl is there. Do I have a bookshelf? And I do. My enchanted books. Don't really care what's on these enchanted books. I'll probably just use them like this. Throw that there. Ooh, this gives me 5. That is not bad. If I were to replace one of these guys, it doesn't look like... Ooh, went to 4. So this book that I'm holding now is probably not as good. Ooh, that one gives me 7. Nice. Alright, so this one's not as good as the other ones. Okay, so Silk Touch and Destruction 3 is apparently better than some of the others. And it looks like this is probably as good as I'm going to get on that one. So let me go ahead and grab one more set, I guess. Probably doesn't hurt to have these around. I think there's a couple of things that we can do. Oh, is that all the enchanted books that I have? Alright, let me just grab one more real quick. Hopefully it's a good one. Smite 2. Let's just grab a couple and pull those out all day. It's kind of fun. That gives me 2. It gives me 3. Alright, 3's good. Cool. Alright, so that gives me 10 of these magical wood, and I could actually use these as replacement to, as bookshelves. I don't really know what all else that you can do with these. If I do usages, yeah. that's kind of interesting. Golden bag of holding. I have a bag of holding. I might actually try that just to see what it does. That would be kind of interesting. But we are on a quest to get an Ender Quarry up and moving today. Don't have any of these guys, and it looks like I need burned quartz. And there we go. And I don't think I have any burned quartz. So let me grab a few of these, and I'll need to run them through the system real quick. Just to smelt those out real quick. Let me grab at least one set of these. There we go. Boop. Alright, so I probably should have done some math here. I wasn't really paying attention. So I need 4 for this guy, and 4 for that one. Are those the same thing? Yeah, so 10 together. That sounds about right. Ugh, but then I need to create one of these endothermic pumps. I created those before. I might go ahead and just do that off camera. This one should be fairly easy, so that one's fine. But the rest of it, 1, 2, oh, what am I missing now? Just these guys, right? Boop. Cool. And looks like I am missing this. Apparently I don't have any sticks. Where's my stick recipe? Grab me 100. That's fine. There we go. And Ender Quarry. So it does look like I need to create a couple of pumps. I did that on camera before, so let me go ahead and do this again manually, and I will be back. Alright, I hope that I have everything. I created one of the pumps, and I already put it in the system, and that was the second one. So let me hope that I have everything here, and there we go. Ender Quarry. Alright, so if you followed me in the previous season, you knew that the old Ender Quarry used fences in order to deal with any kind of fence boundary and where it should actually mine. But the Ender Quarry is a little bit different. Thanks for that music. In regards to using markers now. And we actually have to use these ender markers, which is 2 of these ender fused obsidian with an ender pearl, and this is in a QED. So let me go ahead and grab. I need 4 of these. Well, technically I only need 3, so let me go ahead and grab ender pearl. But I probably might as well just create the 4. Come over here, plop these in there. There we go. While that's doing its thing, I'll explain what I'm going to do here in a second. Obviously, I'm going to probably go into the deep dark. I typed in deep dark for some reason. And that is mainly because the amount of items that are in there, in regards to like the density, there are going to be a lot more ores in the deep dark than there would be anywhere else. So that is probably the safest bet. So I am going to grab that, and I need some lapis because I need an actual ender chest to put all this junk in that it's going to receive. There we go. Nice. And let's take a look at some of these upgrades. I know that there's a couple that I want to try. I know that this is going to do some power drain. I might look into resolving that at some point. Upgrade base. What does that mean? I do not know what upgrade base means. Here's a world hull upgrade. So if you have used an Ender Quarry, you know that it'll basically replace all of the blocks with dirt. And this one is basically making it similar to the builder, what is that called? Buildcraft quarry. My mind went blank. In regards to creating an actual world hull. So that'll dig all the way down to bedrock or the void if you don't have bedrock. Silk touch. This one might come in handy. It's either silk touch and do it myself, or I can do fortune upgrade. I am not sure, because if I do silk touch, I'm basically just going to get a bunch of blocks back. I might actually just do the fortune 3 upgrade, and this is going to require a fortune 1 and a fortune 1 plus the fortune 2 upgrade, and that requires the fortune 1 upgrade, which is going to be a lot of fortune 1 pickaxe. That one's an iron one, that one's a gold one, and these are diamond ones. All right. So in this particular case, I had mentioned before that that auto enchanter is probably good for random enchants. This is a place where I actually want to specify which enchantments I actually get. And fortunately, Ender.io actually has something for that, and that's called the enchanter. Nice. And it does look like I need some dark steel. I typed iron even though I meant steel. There we go. So let me go ahead and craft this, and I'll be back. Alright, that didn't take too much time at all. And while I was waiting, I went ahead and went up to my Botania area and grabbed some more living rock, because I think I actually want to use this up here. Very similar to what I did on that side. Might end up having to move this wooden desk, because now it's kind of in the way of progress. So let me remove all of these, and I almost wish that all of these were full blocks instead of the micro parts, but I was trying to save on materials at the time. Probably not as much of an issue now as it was before. And I do not know what this is going to require, so let me just place it right there. And it's symmetrical, all except for this one little line. There we go. Nice. Alright, so in here, we're basically having to create a book and quill. So let me see if I can do that real quick. Book and quill. Yeah, wonder if I should make a recipe for this. Let's see, book and quill, bam, and code, because I do not want to have to come down here all the time to get this. There we go, good enough. Probably could have grabbed a couple while I was there. 10's good. Nice. Oh, they don't stack. Haha. Alright, recipes. So here, if I remember right, silk touch upgrade, and this is the first one. So this one, I need silk touch 1 on a golden pickaxe. Is that right? That doesn't seem right. No. Let me do Ender Quarry. I'm not sure what's... No, it was Fortune that I was wanting. That's right. It wasn't Silk Touch. I thought about doing Silk Touch, but I didn't do it after all. So Silk Touch is... man, I keep saying Silk Touch. Fortune is going to take Fortune 1 pick for that one. Fortune 1 for that. Oops, that was the first one. Second one. And the third one is fortune. So all together, I need 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So I need 4 fortune 1. So how do I get fortune 1? Protection, fire protection, feather falling. Fortune. It's going to require 4 emeralds. I can do that. I believe. I hope. Yep. Nice. Got a lot of emeralds in here. Fortune 3. I only need fortune 1, so let me grab 4 at a time. And I forgot the other books. Book and quill, please. Guess I can just put that back for now. Because I only need the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. Oh, come on. Shift click out of there. Be nice. 4. And then fortune 1 is 4. Ah, don't have enough. Alright, let me run downstairs. Right click on this guy a couple of times. I don't know how much experience it was asking for, but that should be good. Yeah, just 8. That's nice. Alright, so now I need to actually put it on those items. And Ender Quarry, I need iron pickaxe. Done. And then for the next one, speed 2, no, fortune 2, I need a golden pickaxe. Done. And then I need 2 diamond pickaxe. Get rid of you and you. 1, 2. Nice. So now, where's my anvil? I should be able to do this. Fortune 1. There we go. This makes it a little bit easier. There we go. Nope. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Wrong order again. And there we go. Oh, what did I do? Oh, my anvil broke. Okay. That's fine. It lasted long enough. Alright, so fortune. That's why I wasn't able to find this before, is because of I was looking for Soak Touch. How do I create those? Oh yeah, that's cheap. That is definitely on the cheap side. Oh, come on. I don't know how many of those I need, but let me go ahead and create the fortune 1, fortune 2, and then fortune 3. Nice. And this does increase the drain of the power by 80%. So I do have to keep an eye on that. We're down to 6 stacks of yellorium, and I'm planning on using this dimensional transceiver to transfer power into the end, or not the end, but the deep whatever. It's been one of those days. Deep dark. And I think I'm going to start from the very top. Rather than in the place that I already carved out for my cart, I'm probably just going to come in here, if I can remember where I put it. There it is. And use this place. Because this is at least known to not have been mined yet. Why am I stuck here? Seriously? Ugh. Why was I stuck there? And I also think that this is pretty high. I don't know if there's any ores at the very top here. I do have my handy dandy night vision on. I don't think there's any ores at the very top. But essentially what I want to do is lay these markers really far apart, like 1,000 blocks apart. I think that would be a good round number. But I need to remember which direction my mine is. That way I don't actually mine on top of what I've already done. Oh, that's interesting. Is that from my quarry? Or my cart? What is that from? That was weird. And because of the different upgrades to my client, over time I have lost my bookmarks. Let me find out where I'm going here. Figure out where my my existing mine shaft is. And that way I can start laying out the markers. And I will be right back. Alright, I actually feel a little dumb. Right up there, where you can see light, is where my portal is. And this hole right here is exactly where my mine is. All right, so it goes off in that direction. So what I want to do is make sure that whenever I place these landmarks, that they are essentially that direction. That way I do not mine on top of places that I've already stripped out a lot of the ores from. So essentially I cannot go that way, so I want to go that way. Alright, this will work. Let me go ahead and carve out a section. I figure doing right here is probably just as good as any. So yeah, this will take a long time. I'll be back. Alright, I am 1,000 blocks down the x-axis. I went ahead and typed in my coordinates here so that I would remember. And this is definitely 1,000 away. And if I put this here, no, I don't think that's the right spot. Right there. Ah, there we go. Alright, so whenever you see the little purple glowing thing, it is able to connect to the other one. I decided to come down here instead of doing it upstairs just because there's definitely nothing to mine in between. So I was easily able to come in here, fly through here, and locate the spot that I wanted it and plop it down. So now I just need to do the other one, and I'll have 1,000 by 1,000 for my Ender Quarry. Alright, I made it 1,000 blocks from the on the z-axis, and it looks like this works. So it's just a matter of getting back to the middle one and starting up the quarry and seeing where we can go with it. Alright, and I am back. Let's set this up real quick. I know that I'm running a little low on time. And you can see that just right-clicking on this guy, it establishes the fence boundary. Isn't this so much easier than having to lay out wooden fences? 1,000 by 1,000 is probably a lot more than you'll ever need. It is definitely on the extreme side. For sure. It's starting to scan blocks. I should be able to place that guy on there, and you can see that it's already collecting stuff, which is good. Let me make sure that I pop that guy on there, and this will hopefully do fortune. I think that's all I have to do is just plug it in like that. It's really... Well, it looks like it's holding 1,000,000 RF. I think this is how you do it. I guess we just have to sit here and watch. I'm not sure how we're going to be able to tell. It looks like it's only getting one coal at a time. Well, I got 7, and we're going to get diamonds. Huh. Nice. It might be working. I am not sure. There's really not a good way to determine whether or not this is working. You know what? Might be able to. Upkeep 10 RF max IO. We're not sending power. We're just receiving power. I guess it's sending to that. Alright, so let me try something out real quick. Let me go back to the base, craft something, and I'll be back. Alright, apparently I didn't have to craft it. I already had one in the system, and that is a power monitor. So what I want to do is go ahead and grab my dimensional transceiver. Did I grab that? Okay, there it is. Put that down from here. Let me grab one item conduit, and if you remember, the Ender Energy conduit transfers a maximum of 20,000 RF per tick, and that should be quite enough to actually power up this, and I should be able to see exactly how much RF per tick over 5 seconds we're actually using. So let me wait until this is full, and it looks like it is full. So this should be hovering a little bit between 700 and... Well, that is just jumping all over the board, isn't it? Alright, so now let me throw in this little guy and see. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely increasing the RF. So we're looking at about 10,000, 8 to 10,000 RF per tick. But this is definitely doing the Fortune 3. So now it's just a matter of letting this run. This is probably so much bigger than I'll ever need. Might end up having to do a couple of things with this just to make sure that I don't have any kind of overflow in my base. I think this Ender Quarry will stop once the inventory that it's next to isn't accepting items anymore, and I can test that essentially by doing this. Let me see if it'll actually stop. And yes, you can see that now that it doesn't have inventory to put stuff in, it has actually stopped at 1683. Put that back. Bam. We got more stuff, and it's starting to scan again. Nice. All right, so I am going to let this run. I'm probably going to keep an eye on it for a while. I do need to run back to my base, see if I'm good on storage. Might end up having to create another ME drive with some more 4K or maybe even larger storage drives. And let's just let this run. But I do have to wrap it up. I think I have exceeded my time considerably. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you could rate and comment down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. And also, if you like the series, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But for now, this is goodbye.